Okay, first we need to take the main chute off here. So there's a 9/16 nut here, which comes out. Just loosen that off. You want to support the chute while you're doing this because it's going to start moving around. Okay, once that nut's off, this belt or this cable guide will slip off, and then you can just lift the whole thing up and tuck it out of the way. Be careful with the cables. You might want to lean it against something so it's not flopping around. Okay, with that out of the way, there's this plastic guard here, the belt guard. So there's a bolt here, which I've taken out, and another bolt on the other side. Little bolts like that. I think it's a 10mm head. With those out, the belt guard will lift off. There's a little cable guide here that you have to just pop open and pull the cable out of the way. And then that will come off to reveal your belts. So this is the belt we're changing. That's the old belt, and that's the belt that drives the augers. This is the drive belt that drives the wheels, drives the gearbox to the wheels. So there's two belts on these, and I believe they're the same size, but don't quote me on that. Okay, and then we take the 4 bolts out. There's one here, and then 2 on the other side. They're, I think they're 9/16. I use a 14mm. Both worked. And then once those bolts are out, let's pull the last one out on this side. The unit will split apart. Now it's good to put a wood block or something like I have back there because it is going to fall apart and the motor side is going to drop back to the floor. So you want to just support that side and support, which is going to keep the cables from stretching out too much, with a block of wood just like that. Okay, so there I've actually already put the new belt on, just the order that I've shot this video in, but in the next step here we'll show you how to put the belt on. Imagine this is your old belt. You just pull it off, pull it out from under this guard, and pull it out from the bottom of the pulley. And that's how you get the old belt off. Now we'll put the new belt on. Okay, so here's the new belt. I got a Craftsman one. These snowblowers are marketed under Craftsman, Poulan Pro, Husqvarna, I believe as well. I think they're built by Husqvarna, or Husqvarna bought Poulan or something. Anyway, there's the part number for the Craftsman one. Check the description of this video and I'll add some other equivalent part numbers for the Poulan and Husqvarna, etc. But it's a 1/2 inch. It's a 1/2 inch wide belt. It's a 35 1/4 inch circumference. So 1/2 inch by 35 1/4. And make sure you don't get the ribbed belt if you're just trying to match it up with an automotive belt or something. You want this one to slip a little bit. That's how this clutch action kind of works. There's the new belt. Now the reason why you have to split this apart is because there's this guide around the bottom of the pulley here, of the auger pulley, right? And you'd never be able to reach in there and get the belt around that guide, you know, without splitting it apart. So you have to kind of work it around and then work it around there like that. There. And remember, this is going to go, the belt's going to go on the inside of this plastic pulley here. And when we put it back together, we'll put it back on our drive pulley. Okay, so that's that. Now with that, we can try to put her back together like this, and then just work it around the drive pulley. Now it's got to be under this guard here, under the guard, right, under this guy here, and work it around the pulley. Also be aware there's a little bolt here, so you kind of got to be on the inside of that bolt. Okay, just like that. Watch your fingers, like that, there. And bring this kind of loose like that until you engage the the clutch. Then that'll tighten the belt down and drive the auger. But until you engage the auger with the handles up on the handlebar, this is just supposed to spin. Okay, and now we'll put the bolts back in, push it back together, make sure the belt's still all hooked up. These are 1/2 inch head bolts. Just get those back in. One here, again, one here, and then 2 on the other side. Tighten those up on both sides. Okay, next we can put our chute back up. Just be careful with the cables. It just slips on there. And we got our little nut here, 9/16, or maybe a 14mm nut. We're gonna put that on like that. Make sure our chute lines up down there. Like that. Tighten that up. The plastic guard can go back on. Make sure the belt's still good. Yep, still on there. And then and that's it. That's how we change the belt on a Poulan Pro Husqvarna. Might be marketed as a Craftsman 2-stage snowblower. So thanks so much for watching. One other little note here. If your belt's slipping, there is an adjustment here on the cable. And you can just, there's a little white lock nut here. I don't know if they're all white. But then this is regular thread. You can twist it out that way. This one's reverse thread, so you can twist it counterclockwise, or sorry, clockwise to bring it out, and that will take up any slack in the cable, or vice versa. If your engagement is happening too soon, or if it's not engaging at all, or if the belt's slipping, you can play around with this adjustment here to take up the slack in the cable. And thanks so much for watching.